far, and it was gone.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Frolfcenter, presented by Frolfer Magazine and newly sponsored by Smashbox TV.
We signed a big deal.
Thank you guys so much. Today's April 1st. I'm Austin Lytle. I'm joined with the boys as usual. Adam, Cody, how y'all doing tonight?
Things are good. I'm drinking a Doppelbock from Halfway Crooks again because we've been going there after Frolfer Fridays. And that's been a really good thing. Make sure you follow us on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Cody, take it away with some what's up?
Hey, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're in the Durham area, I'm hosting a tournament May 2nd at Lee Farm. Players Pack should be interesting considering nobody can get discs right now. Other than that, Wednesday doubles at Lee Farm. And please, just right now, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and we'll love you forever.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out real quick to one of the best April Fool's jokes I've seen all day. It was Chang's is literally trying to sell people a PVC pole for April Fool's Day, and it has like rules and stuff. Like I've got to give it up to them. Local guys doing April Fools. That's really good. I need 1 second. Yeah. What's new with you guys anyway? By the way, what are you guys drinking?
I mean, other than the Smashbox deal we just signed last week, I think it's same old. You know, this is huge for us.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one. Cool.
Oh, what are you drinking, Cody?
A Wise Man New England double IPA. Good.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Also, are you drinking the normal thing?
Yeah, same old G13s.
Nice. Awesome. Sorry, guys. I had a quick issue on the technical side. We are going to be back here in one moment. Yada, yada, yada. We are good to go. Anyway, so tonight's going to be kind of a fun show. We've been doing this fun little industry jaunt lately. We had Levi from Pound in here. We've had Ace Run Pro. We've had Jomez. We've had Central Coast. We've had a lot of folks on the backside of disc golf in a weird way. Tonight's no different. We've got Will Davis. He's the social media manager for MVP Discs. I'm going to bring him in now. What's up, bud?
What's going on, Will?
Hey, Will, how are you?
Oh, I think we got to mute it. Hold on a second. Let me unmute you. Hey, Will, if you can hear me, I'm getting a thing that says your microphone is not connected.
Un momento. And guys, if you guys have any viewer questions, leave those in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys have anything to say, let's see what we have some comments already. We got a hi, guys. Oh, what's cracking? Ruthie Toothy with a hi. Let's see here. Nope, still not connected, Will, if you're looking. Jason Cummings with the zoop. Yeah, if you guys are interested, Jason Cummings is putting on a little, let me see, I'm going to pull Will to the side here real quick. I was going to say, Jason Cummings is actually going to be doing Joe Costa at Jason Cummings' course there, North Landing, is going to be doing some tag action in the morning on Saturday. Will, I'm not sure what's going on, but if you can hear me, I'm going to pull you out. You may need to just pop back into the full thing real quick. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Hold on, I didn't turn my mic
off. Oh, man, we're having a fun one today.
Quality, guys. This is a quality April Fool's joke we're playing on these guys.
Oh, yeah. Man, I would love that.
We get sponsored by Smashbox, and then we're up and messing things up. I'm real disappointed.
I know. I'm a little disappointed, too. Yeah.
I mean, that bush will suck your disc in.
That bush, yeah, that was my favorite. I don't know if you guys caught this. Terry Miller, I'm not going to play it, but if you guys go online, you can look up some Terry Miller memes that have come around. Terry had an unfortunate slip.
But the coverage on live coverage was great. The commentary on live coverage was.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get Will back in here. I think we're good now. Let's check it out. Will, can we hear you?
Y'all good?
Yeah.
There
right.
Will.
That was it.
There we go. Let me get you back on the big screen, my man.
April Fools. Gotcha.
April Fools.
Hey, fooled them.
Will, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here.
So if you guys didn't know, me and Will are neighbors. He's just right that way a little bit.
It's true. Very true.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah,
So- Go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't know until my wife
Oh yeah.
went to a neighborhood food truck a couple weeks ago, and then was like, "Hey, I met a disc golfer, and he does a podcast, and he may message you soon." And sure enough, he messaged me very soon, and found out we're neighbors. So yeah, we still have yet to like meet up and
Yeah, we're trying.
hang out and stuff. Yeah,
So
we'll get there.
maybe May 2nd you come play the Lee Farm tournament.
I just checked my calendar. It looks like I may be
There we go.
available, so that'd be fun.
I'm gonna do some pulled pork barbecue for lunch.
Oh, nice.
Should be delicious.
Dude, Will, Cody's a great neighbor to have. I highly recommend you hang out with him frequently.
If you smell barbecue smoke, just make your way toward it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was him. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh
He
man.
just got a brand new rec tech. I would eat anything he's offering to serve you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That's awesome. I have a Weber, so
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rec tech's an easy bake oven for adult
Right.
men.
That's a good way to put it. So anyways, first question we like to ask everybody is, how'd you get into disc golf? Where'd you first start playing?
I played a little bit in college, I think. Like, I don't know, I guess that would be 2010 to 12 in there. I went to East Carolina, in Greenville, North Carolina, and
Mhm.
they have a great course there. They have a couple great courses now, but back then it was kind of only really one called
Just
Meadowbrook,
Central?
or the Meadow is what it called.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So before that, they had like a legendary course that was like kind of on campus by the softball fields, and it was like really, really close to the main road in Greenville, and so they ended up like removing it and extending the softball center. But for the longest time, I would say Meadowbrook in Greenville was kind of where I started playing, and that's like Greenville's kind of what they're kind of known for. So that was around there. I had a classic Cobra that I got from
Nice.
Play It Again, and I liked it because I could throw it like an ultimate frisbee, and it kind of flew like an ultimate frisbee.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of where I got into it. But then, I got married in 2013, and we moved to the Triangle area. And back then I had a job where I got off at like, 3 or 4, and my wife didn't get off until, she wouldn't get home till 8 or 9. So I was like, man, I need something to do. And so I started playing disc golf, and then I got into it competitively and started getting more discs and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So
What about
That's-
the last round you played?
the last round I played was today. It didn't go that well. I went right after work, and it was a PDGA round at Cedar Hills here.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I went straight there and played, and that never goes well if you don't
No,
warm
get
up
out
at
of the
all.
car, throw your
Yeah.
first shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I threw 2 putts, I made one, and I was like, we're good. I birdied the first hole, and then like it was all downhill from there.
You're gonna fit right in with Cody, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Sweet.
that's what I'm telling you. You guys need to start traveling together.
No, we can travel to Cornwallis together. It's right down the road. It's
Yeah.
kind of a pitch and putt course, and it's where I always play to feel good about myself. So
Yeah, exactly. That was the first course I played here. I went out and played dubs, and we shot like
Yeah.
16 down and got like 5th place. And I was like, oh, okay.
yeah. You played the Reds. I know it feels good
Does
when you
feel
walk
good.
back with 16 down, but then you start playing with the club a little bit, and then walking back with the 16 down after you play Reds, it's like,
No
man,
way.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
we got second. I don't know.
So
That's
so
true.
Will, how long you been playing since until you decided to make it a career? Is it a full-time
Good
career?
questions. It has been. So MVP and I've kind of like grown with them a little bit.
Okay.
And we've got to a good spot where like I work full time for a agency here in the Triangle area in Raleigh. And but like MVP and I have a deal where it's kind of like, hey, as much as you need me, I'm here, just because I've been around for so long, since 2014, which at this point is like, I think I'm the second or third longest employee there, because they've just over the past, 5 years they've grown, and especially after the past year and a half, I mean, they've blown up. So, I mean, I'm lucky I've gotten to, got to work with them right from the start and grow to a point where we are here. Where I would say disc golf is probably the biggest it's ever been.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I mean, it continues to be that every year.
Yeah, for sure. Especially after, the past year. I know it's like common conversation now.
For sure.
But yeah, like MVP, it's like they kind of shut down right there because they're located in Marlette, Michigan. So Michigan, their governor, right at the beginning of COVID, kind of shut everything down. MVP was very compliant and did the same, and didn't do anything. And then like a month later, they were considered essential. So they went back in, and it was like just already after a month after COVID, just booming. And then, trying to get more of the injection molding machines and stuff like that was just backed up, and more people start playing disc golf. And it's just like we released, January's release it was like one of the biggest ones we've ever had. I mean, James Conrad obviously was a huge part of that. And then, but yeah, so January 2021, we sold more discs than we did in 2019. It's crazy.
Wow. That's
nice.
So how did the affiliate with MVP start with you?
That's a good story. So 2014, I believe, I'd already kind of started a little, like got my foot in the door in social media, and they had a small fan base on like a group on Facebook. I think around then it was like 2,000 members. I think now, I don't know how many, it's probably over 10,000 if I were to guess. But so I went, I started throwing MVP a little bit, really liked the look. I'm a big Duke fan, so I saw a Duke blue disc
with the black ring
on the shelf with the black rim, and I was like, that looks cool. I'm going to try it. So I did, and I loved it, and I was like, oh, man, I want to tag them. So I'll go to Instagram, and then noticed they didn't have one yet, which at the time, I mean, it was kind of common. 2013, Instagram kind of started in 2010, and in 2012, the Facebook thing happened. So it's understandable that they didn't have one at the time, especially being, probably 4 or 5 employees at the time. So I started one, and I messaged them, and I was like, hey, just to let you know, I got the MVP Discourse handle. If you guys, want me handed over, I will. But for now, I'm going to just run it kind of as a fan page. And then like 3 to 4 months later, Brad, one of the two brothers, Brad and Chad, are the brothers that work for MVP. Yeah. And they messaged me and was like, hey, you're doing a good job. Can you keep doing it? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Not the reply I thought I would get, but
yeah.
And then fast forward to 2016, 17, Steve Holloway came on, the marketing director, and he messaged me and was like, hey, do you run the Instagram? And I was like, yeah, okay.
Time to hand the keys over.
Yeah, you probably want and he was like, actually, would you like to work for us? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If I'm up.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't sound like a bad gig.
Twist my arm a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's kind of where the relationship happened. And it's just, I mean, it's been really good.
And what's the day-to-day like on that? Like, do you just make a post every day about how badass MVP discs are?
Yeah, I mean, it's varied, honestly, since the time I started till now. I mean, back then it was, a very small crew, and, I was
There's a giant cult
lot.
behind MVP now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
with any disc manufacturer, like in the popularity growth, as we talked about,
Yeah.
it's just like there's that giant growth that every
sure.
disc manufacturer has that cult.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, MVP fans, like, from the very beginning have been like, they're in it. And
I am
it's
all
really cool.
hero.
Yeah.
I am all gyro. I want it.
That's right. Yeah. There's a lot of hero or gyro memes floating around there. Or anytime somebody sees a gyro food truck or hero food truck, they're like, oh yeah, can I throw this?
Yeah, MVP Disc Sports.
Does it Heiser? Yeah.
Is this PDGA approved?
I'll have the hokum sandwich. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny. That was a point I wanted to bring up, was that I think every manufacturer kind of has like this weird vibe identity where it's like, Innova is just kind of OG. They make stuff that goes to Dixon Academy, and that's, they're Rubbermaid, they're Whirlpool, whatever they are. Discraft's spending money. Prodigy's sneaking in with really pretty stuff and really solid. Like, they're kind of putting the game on this, like, we're going to put numbers down and numbers are going to make sense thing. Do you think MVP has a vibe, and what vibe would you say it is?
That's a great question. MVP has, I mean, from the outside in, it's funny because, you see people like PDGA, Rodman, and fake PDGA and all this stuff. Like, they have a kind of a hate for it, but then at the same time, it kind of makes you feel like the up and coming, like like LeBron or somebody, or somebody that like people love to hate, which
like
is kind of
Tom Brady. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Tom Brady. Hopefully in 80 years we will be the Tom Brady of disc golf for sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if it's like centripetal force that is behind the disc, like the weight is in the rubber outside.
Here goes Austin.
I don't understand. I don't understand the flight of MVP discs. Like, they're so unique, and like I'm one that's mesmerized by a flight of a disc. Like,
right,
a true flight of a disc. You fly it to a hyzer, stands up flat, turns over, it comes back. The MVP disc will move forward on a hyzer, move right on a hyzer, and then come back on a hyzer. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. So that's all
and that's all in like the science. The gyro. Right. I call it a euro because I'm hating, but it's a gyro. It's gyro technology. That's what it is, and that's
exactly.
It's crazy.
So,
I played with Matt Dollar for years, and watching him throw it, it's
he's
pretty
down there
insane
in the Atlanta area. That's right.
I know.
Okay,
He did that skill with Sarah Holcomb and Raven too. So.
Yeah. Raven actually has lived in Raleigh for the past couple years. Mm-hmm. We've gotten to spend some good quality time together, I would say. And yeah, it's awesome. He was like, so he's Anthony Hoff's little brother. Anthony Hoff's been kind of a Gen 1 team MVP member. And Raven is his little brother. He introduced himself as Anthony's little brother a couple years ago when I met him at a tournament. And then I was just there kind of hanging out, watching, and I looked at the scores, and I think he was like 18 at the time. And he was in fourth place in the Open, like a couple strokes behind Big Germ and Schwebe and stuff like that. And I was like,
yeah,
what? And I asked, the guys at MVP, I was like, so are we watching Anthony's little brother? And
yeah.
they're like, oh yeah. And it was like 2 months after that, he was on Team MVP, and we knew, we were like, yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. The kid's out there doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's great too. I love his, I've spent a lot of one-on-one time with him, and he's the exact same as he is.
Yeah.
On camera. He likes to joke around.
He was drinking Chardonnay on the show when he was on, I think. If I remember.
Oh, yeah. That's all. Yeah, he's recently 21. Like he's still a
Yeah, still a kid.
kid in my mind. But yeah, I think he's going to do some really, really cool stuff. I mean, he's already in the top 25 on the Pro Tour and stuff like that. So
especially at his rating to be in the top 25.
Yeah.
I think he's only like what 10-10 or something.
Only.
Last I looked, he was close to that. But yeah, I mean, like not even a year ago, he was like shooting for 1,000 rated, and now he's throwing up these 1057 rated rounds and stuff like that on the Pro Tour, and it's just it's cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, you watched Raven, you picked up Raven because it was easy to do. Like, is MVP going out there and let's say back to that vibe question about the individual identities of these brands and how they market themselves? Do you think there's any pigeonholing? I remember hearing, James Conrad makes sense on MVP when everybody was speculating. They kept saying it makes sense for him to be on MVP. Are there any pros out there you think that like just couldn't slot over to another manufacturer? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, is there a pigeonhole in this brand identity thing?
I don't know if we'd pigeonhole it, but I will say, like, since day one, since I've been with MVP, like they've always been about the persona of the player, more so than the skill, if that makes sense. Like,
sure.
if you have a good reputation on the course, and obviously it helps if you're awesome, like James and Raven and Sarah and everybody. But like that's kind of always been their thing, and just to have that good on course image. So I wouldn't say we would like pigeonhole anybody out, but like,
Kale's not gonna go anywhere. Like I will say it. There's certain players that are never gonna leave where they're at. I think Kale LaVista would be the best example of
and Paul Macbeth probably is not going anywhere for
that's probably
at least 10 years.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if that answers your question well at all, but like, it's
what made you decide on Matt Dollar as the captain of the team?
I didn't.
Do you know that answer?
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, he when he signed on, like, I don't know. He was
one of the early ones.
Yeah. He was starting to run a lot of tournaments and doing a lot of big things.
Because it made sense, Austin, is what you should tell him. It just made sense.
Yeah. I mean,
and he's old and he gets it. He knows how he's been around for a while.
Every experience I've had with Matt is like, I mean, he represents Team MVP very well. I've never played with him in a round because I'm not good enough. But I mean, Matt he's a good dude, and he's a leader, and ever since he signed on with MVP, we thought that he would be a good representative as our captain.
No, he definitely represents.
He's done a good job of that.
Yeah,
I love the money sign with the money sign around it.
Yeah, I mean, when your last name's Dollar, you
have no other options. I like it. I mean, he's a good spot, dude. I agree.
Yeah. So I got to know too. Like it's almost like you're kind of reading the script, which is really funny. It happens a lot. But I was wondering, do you have, as a social media manager, is there anything that you do with players who maybe don't have their social media game up? Do you do any sort of like coaching or tips, or do you help out with that? Is there anybody out there that you're just kind of like, hey man, we're running this, we're kind of trying to run with this hashtag or anything like that? Do you have any interaction with those guys on that?
A little bit, yeah. So, a lot of social media stuff changes day to day, and what's available and what's not. And so I try to keep our team, informed of the new stuff that allows us to share it and that kind of thing. Like Instagram stories, for instance, it's like you can post a story of your round, but like if you don't tag MVP, we can't share it on our story. It's simple stuff like that it's just like we try to keep our players informed of, and that way that it becomes habitual for them to post a story. James has done a great job of that. Yeah. Like, if he's out playing around and, casually, whether he misses or makes a putt, like it's still awesome to watch because it was probably close,
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done a really good job. And like, yeah, Sarah, everyone really, Amanda Melwicki is really good on Instagram as far as like she'll take a GoPro out to her round and then like throw, edit some of her highlights and then tag us and stuff like that. And it's just like an easy share. So a lot of times, like I'll tell our players to, look at Amanda or look at James, what they're doing. If you guys can do more of that, we have to share. And so, and content is everything these days, whether it's like super professional and produced, or it's just like a player
Just
that's out there playing a casual round. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
People are on their phones now more than ever, and like they're into disc golf more than ever. So that kind of stuff is important to emphasize to our team and stuff like that. So
for sure.
So I think you just answered our next 4 questions right there, but I'm going to ask them anyways.
Cool.
Can you share some tips and tricks for upcoming players who aren't quite sponsored yet, to maybe help them get notified by sponsors, or just help with making a social media presence? Any good advice besides content?
Yeah, I would say go if you want to be on the team, represent yourself well on social media, but don't direct message the manufacturer's Instagram and ask if you can be sponsored.
It's not like a sponsor me tape and skateboarding. It doesn't work like that.
For sure. Like, it's pro
tag them
level,
in some posts, and exactly.
It works for podcasts though, guys, or interviews.
Yeah, podcast. I mean, you guys keep doing what you're doing, you will grow, and like that. I mean, video content, YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah,
they're gonna see that. But if you're an aspiring athlete, a DM on Instagram or Facebook
looks the worst.
Right. When we have a specific application on our website that you can apply for. Yeah. To be on Team MVP and stuff like that. So I mean, it's simple advice.
That's
but
silly.
It's just,
I'm sorry.
It is comical how much I see that like every day.
How many
everybody right now
get on a week? I don't know. How many messages do you get on a weekly basis? Yo, can I be on part of Team MVP? Running the Instagram.
More than you would think, probably.
No.
More than you would think.
So everybody right now, go to Instagram, go to MVP Sports.
And ask them if you can be a part of the team.
Right.
April Fools.
So we kind of have an auto reply at this point where it's like if you say Team MVP, it shoots back the like here's our website and it directs them. But before that kind of existed, it was just like, hey, I got my first MVP disc today. Can I be sponsored?
Yeah.
And that doesn't
all
work
day
for
today.
everyone.
You should have just replied back, "Yep, April Fools. Yep, April Fools."
I mean, that's what I did with Prodigy, and they said yes.
Absolutely.
So,
but that was 6
here.
years ago when they could actually read their Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, I would not be here right now if I did that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think.
Totally kidding. That's great.
So have you ever had to talk to your players about maybe some inappropriate posts on social media, or anything that you might have accidentally posted that you shouldn't, or?
Mm-mm. I mean, 100% honest, I cannot think of one time where we've had to message our players directly and say, hey, don't do this, which is an awesome thing. Knock on wood.
I mean, you're not going to sponsor somebody that you're not going to approve of what they're posting. Like, you do your research, obviously, right?
Yeah, and a lot of that is from the type of players we take in. Eliminates a lot of that worry of ever having to worry about them doing that, if that makes sense. So they, I mean, they do a great job. Is there anything I've posted that I shouldn't have?
Should we do some deep dive
typos? I mean, I typo stuff all the time, and it's
speech to text is the worst.
It happens.
I hate it.
I I don't use that.
I'm just
I don't
kidding.
use that to post. But yeah, I
Oh my god.
mean, for a long time. I mean, you guys get that. You put Will Davies on my.
Oh, dude, I did. I literally was gonna wait until you got off to be like,
You guys got that. Yeah. Call us out on it. And guess who does the social media post? I'm circling it.
And I was waiting for the opportune time to say it, and I feel like that was it.
That was
perfect.
Like, hey, what mistakes have you made? Deflect.
Well, I gotta say the funniest thing was when you got on and you had typed your name into your part of this like streaming service, and I looked and I went, "Oh no, that ain't Davies." I literally was making another Photoshop because your Chiron is correct. And I was literally
because this all comes from the original typo fucky who
I did it
is
the first episode
up above Adam.
Scott Stokely spelled his name wrong. So
yeah, we spelled Stokely's name wrong one time.
I'm pretty sure
that was
Vitaly told us you were Davies.
In the marketing business, that's called a deflection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
okay, I appreciate that.
So what mistakes have you made? Well, things like this. Here's an example I've seen recently. And it just happened.
Yeah, right there.
No, I don't slight you guys for that at all.
Sorry, my bad.
We're sorry.
You don't even know how many times I spelled gyro wrong to this day. Like,
all right.
Maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I typed throw gyro. Just a casual post, and then it's like, I get messages like boom, 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 boom. Hey, Will.
You messed us up.
You messed up.
I do. Yeah, to this day.
So which social media outlets are you receiving like the most messages for that? Like, is it Facebook, Instagram, and also on the flip side, like, what is the most underutilized social media platform for MVP?
For MVP right now,
what's the most
Twitter?
utilized and most underutilized?
Most utilized right now is Facebook, just because of the fan base that is on there and the following that we have. So it's kind of obvious.
But
Twitter,
the underutilized is Twitter.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't say underutilized, because it's linked to a lot of our accounts, and it's just kind of to let that audience know what we posted on these different channels. But at the same time, like, there's probably some ways we could get on Twitter and, just engage a little bit better with the fans that we have on there. I think that there's like 7,000 followers on there right now. And I try to do as much as I can with them and go in there and retweet from some aces or ace runs and talk to the fans and stuff like that. But Twitter over the past 2-3 years has kind of, it's gone. Yeah. And then right back up as far as relevance goes and that direct communication with the audience. So,
what about disc golf in general? Would you say it's the same? Like, Facebook is like the broad spectrum of disc golfers, and
YouTube's getting a lot of views.
Yeah. YouTube is real. I mean, that's kind of becoming the channel to watch disc golf now.
Right. Like, that's where a lot of people are introduced to the game. It's YouTube.
I know a good camera guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at
a good camera guy?
It's me. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I ran a company called Here and There Disc Golf back in.
It's Here and There, dude.
It's Here and There.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia deleted scene.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't gonna say anything, but
just go walk down to his house after this and just hang out, please.
Just hang out, just putt in the backyard. So
we might have to do that. It's a shame that we haven't already. There's that little field like by the.
There is a tiny little field.
It's perfect for just kind of
back and forth chips and drinking beers, dude. Come on.
We may need to just come up with a neighborhood ritual.
Yeah,
where we go out there and putt and have a beer or two.
Tuesday night putting league in the neighborhood.
Exactly. I got plenty of the event horizons and the lunar modules. We can just light it up.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Right. Sounds good.
I hope you catch that reference.
if you'll just build me a pool.
Yeah, just
Y'all don't have
like
a pool in the neighborhood?
no.
We don't.
I ain't coming.
I ain't coming. I'm about to have a little Coleman jacuzzi though.
Hey, let's go.
That's nice. That
Sounds
nice.
good.
Okay, I've got kind of a serious question, but not serious.
Yeah, back to normal.
Bringing it back to normal just for a second, because I think we're going to be on this one for a minute. Obviously, social media and social justice have been kind of a symbiotic thing for the last few years. It's growing closer together. And the influx of ultimate players to disc golf has kind of pushed that a little bit as well. Ultimate players seem to have a little more appetite for online social justice stuff than disc golfers had in the past. Do you think there's a reason why disc golfers had been hesitant to kind of jump into that in the past? And the safe word is Oklahoma. If you don't have a good, you can just say Oklahoma.
that is
Omaha.
Adam writes the questions in case you were wondering.
Yeah,
no, I mean that's a great question. Like, I mean that gets me just thinking about all the, all the things that should be like it's social justice and stuff. Like, it should just be kind of obvious that everyone's for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think that's a common thought. We were talking about this before the show, and that's a common thought process amongst disc golfers. Is just we're all throwing frisbees at trees, dude. Like,
right?
What are we?
Exactly. So, yeah, I think a lot of these companies, like you look at Nike, and I mean, Nike's kind of, I guess, the best example of that, where they can just
high. You
speak up.
started
Yeah. I love Nike, except for that I will not be buying a pair of Satan shoes. But
that's
absolutely not. I just ordered a brand new. I just ordered 2 new pairs of the.
Judge canceled the orders. You can't buy them.
Right, exactly. But yeah, like you look at them and they're huge, and like they're more than just a clothing company. Like they're a brand that can truly influence people in their decisions, whether or not to buy those things. So like disc golf, I think a lot of the manufacturers and stuff like that, they're not there yet. Like, thinking that they have to make any kind of statement, or if they do, they're kind of blindsided and don't know what to say. But as far as MVP goes, the company has always just been like, we do disc golf.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't interject in any kind of like political or social or, religious kind of talk. It's just
no third rail.
This is disc golf, and we want you to come here for that. But I think everyone should know that MVP is a company that absolutely is
invites
all
everybody.
about equality and just whoever you are, just like play disc golf. Like try to just let's have some fun, and that's how they started, and that's how they've kind of always been. So
I think it's how it always should be.
And you kind of answer my next question too, because Nike has such a huge footprint that they have to say something. And I think as far as a manufacturer in disc golf, no one's there yet, are they? Or could they? Should be. I mean, I think. I don't know. This might be a deeper conversation we want to get into. We're
this
the same.
It's such a hairy subject,
A hairy subject.
No, it's good. I mean,
golf related, but is there a point in the future where you think some of these disc golf companies will have enough sway and influence that what they say will have a big enough impact to make it worth it for the sport? I mean, are we getting to that point? Is it going to be 10 years?
I think the goal is to I can't speak for the other companies, but I mean the everything behind MVP is just like play some disc golf. Let's come up with stuff that other manufacturers aren't doing. Let's put watermelons on stuff,
on everything.
Just everything.
Because
Bags,
those are
bags,
always the
bags.
best runs, supposedly to everybody that ever throws MVP.
Exactly. Exactly.
They
All
want
right,
that
sorry.
spot.
Didn't mean to hit you with a heavy one right there.
No,
We'll get back
and
to-
I'm definitely not trying to like dodge that question at all or anything. It's just like, I mean, that's a big conversation, and like me as a white guy from North Carolina, like I myself personally want every company to be recognized as someone who supports social justice.
You want everyone to do as well as you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't speak for them because you don't really know what they're doing. Mark,
Right.
We got a guy here in Atlanta that has a question from the viewer chat. It's Marquise Chapman. He's an ultimate guy who came over to disc golf. So here we go.
Cool.
Are there any MVP players of color that you guys know of off the top of your head?
Let me think. I'm not sure.
Sure. And
Marquise would be a great candidate.
So we have
Just don't message them on Instagram.
I mean, and it exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I recommend.
It's not. That's a great question. Our team has
right
expanded to like 70 players, so I'm going through all of them right now
Sure.
and trying to think of anybody, and I can't off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, 70 players
But
is
we
a lot,
do-
and you're not the team manager. You're the this
Right,
might be
right.
Matt
Yeah.
Dollar.
Use social
I'm
media, yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Sarah Holcomb is the team captain, and she does one hell of a job supporting everything she can.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about how much.
No, yeah, this
Sarah
is
Holcomb
a nice sort of attack. We were just, I think, Marquise
supports life
Yeah,
itself.
for sure. It's not to say that I mean, like I said, our team is blown up, and I think that it's going to blow up more, and you're going to see all kinds of people in races.
Sure. And disc golf is
in there.
disproportionately.
Oh, dude, I've seen it just in the last 3 to 5 years. It's blown up exponentially, and it doesn't matter what size, color, what you look like. Everybody is coming to disc golf, and it's just a giant. We're all a giant family, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it. We're all one
Let's
big
get off of
family.
here before we all
Yeah.
we're a bunch of white dudes talking about this.
Yeah,
We should be
for
listening.
sure.
We should be listening and learning is what we should be doing, not spouting. Right?
So
address the the Sarah Holcomb, what you were saying about her and like the whole respect your game thing. Like that's one thing that MVP has been very, very proud to put out on social media. Is she started that campaign. We've been super stoked about it. If you go back and look at a few of the posts that we've done and just the backing behind that, like we're all about that because that we should be. And, one of our premier players that is been in the disc golf game a long time and made all kinds of accomplishments. Like she drew attention or helped draw. She co-founded Respect Your Game and like drew attention to that issue, and so of course like MVP is going to be proud to
Back her in that effort,
as well too. So, I mean, we're going to continue to just promote disc golf, and like if one of our players draws attention to something that the world can put their focus on that it wasn't on for some odd reason.
Dominic Griffin. Sorry.
Yeah. Dominic Griffin. Who's that?
That's your sponsored player.
There we go.
Of color. Sorry. I knew I've
gotcha.
I knew there was one. So sorry. I'm the research.
We have a very diverse group of players for sure, but like you said, a bunch of white guys discussing this. Like I'm not gonna say, I think that this person is that,
we're never going to get it all the way
What can you
right.
do?
We have to listen. We have to take what we learn from listening and dole that out when and where we can. So
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
As long as everybody knows we respect it.
Yeah, we respect everybody. We love everybody. I think one of the earliest episodes of this, we've had some episodes that have occurred on days where very heavy things have happened in the world, and we said we're a disc golf show. Fuck racism, and that's all we got to say about it. So that's where we leave it.
Yeah, sure. All you can say sometimes. It's like,
right. Yeah,
it was a crazy year, and a lot of eyes being opened, and that are continuing to be open. So
gotcha. Okay, is there a disc golfer with MVP right now who maybe people aren't following on social media, but they're doing a killer job, and people should go follow them right now?
Is this just on MVP?
Let's start with MVP, and then I want to know beyond that if there's somebody, disc golf or not, out there who's just crushing social media and it makes you jealous and you're mad about it.
Okay.
God.
Yeah. So with team MVP, like I said, Amanda is really, really good at it. She is, she takes a camera out and has high def videos and stuff like that, and that's big. A lot of people are out there with their phones, and it's shaky and blurry and all that. And that's not just MVP. Yeah. That's across the board, whoever they are.
Terry Miller.
No,
that bush will suck your disc.
Right in. Hashtag cancel Terry Miller. Anyway,
I haven't met Terry. I don't know him.
He seems nice.
Seems nice.
Yeah.
The interactions we've had.
I'll remain commentless.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see.
So, man, what about outside of disc golf? Do you draw inspiration, or do you see some social media accounts that you're just in awe of that maybe other people aren't following?
Oh yeah, I mean all the time. Like this is what I do for, a living for the past 7 years or so. So like I have an account. This is the dirty stuff.
This is the Frolfcenter exclusive.
Yeah, I like this. I want to hear this.
So I have an account that is private. I follow one person. It's myself on that account. But that account follows all of the brands that like I admire and look at and like take influence and inspiration from and stuff like that. So not going to tell you what the account's called.
Sure.
Because I don't want to get DMs, about.
Can I play for?
Can I be on the team?
Yeah.
Hey, can I be part of MVP?
What are the
No,
purple?
I can't be Mark saying that.
It's not even the same company, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, within disc golf, like I think Joe Mez does a great job as far as like just pumping out a diverse amount of content and like keeping it all within
clean.
They definitely have a brand guide that is super structured, and they do an awesome job of keeping stuff steady, like right as it happens, and pushing it out there. And they have the following to show that. I mean, those guys are killing it. So I have a lot of respect for all the Joe Mez guys. Outside of disc golf, there's a lot of brands that are I mean, y'all would laugh at that. Me, myself personally takes influence from. I mean, first and foremost, like I said earlier, Duke basketball, like their social is awesome. And I take a lot of influence and inspiration from them for sure. One of the weird kind of, I guess, niche ones would be like Tiffany's.
Like the diamonds, Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
Yeah. Go look at
their
look at their social, go look at their Instagram, and tell me they don't do some rad stuff.
Okay.
Just don't.
Like I said, I'm jumping from all the diverse accounts today. But
so what happened? What happens when I give you $50K to dump into MVP social media?
We're like $50,000. What are you gonna do with it?
Where does it go to, and how are you increasing MVP social medias to get to the Tiffany's and the Dukes? Duke's Mayo, right?
Oh wait,
Duke's Mayo.
I'm just kidding.
Duke's Mayo?
Yeah.
I'm talking.
No, I'm just kidding.
they're both fun to enjoy.
Yes, yeah.
If you gave, so I'm trying to understand your question. If you gave me $50,000,
and you have to spend it on the MVP social media.
You're boosting to the media. Are you incorporating new cameras, incorporating more people? What is it?
Buying advertising, what you doing?
Advertising spots, yeah. YouTube page.
So this is what is normally called a brand DNA and a marketing budget assessment. So
Okay.
there would
Billboards.
be
We
of
talking
that
billboards.
$50,000. If that's only all you have, we would have to discuss the payment for the consultation that I would
No,
give
we're randomly giving you a check for
You found a suitcase
$50,000.
full of money that says you can only use this for
and
MVP.
you can only use it for MVP social media.
Okay. And so, then I would say, okay, well, the consultation fee for
I need to be paid half of this.
marketing, right? That's what is, do I need to take this out of that? And then there's $40,000 to spend on
fair.
marketing. But no, I mean, so if social media had a hypothetical budget of $50,000, we would, then this would all be discussed with the whole marketing and media crew, obviously, and dispersing that. But
Except for that $10,000.
yeah, absolutely. That'd be going right to my pool that Cody's going to build for me. I would say brand awareness ads for sure on everything from Facebook to Disc Golf Pro Tour to banner ads, a lot of certain amount to that. And then the rest just to like YouTube and, so long as we have like the budget as well that's keeping the content coming in from a media crew and stuff like that. And if we're talking just social budget, then I mean, we would just put it all in, marketing and production and that kind of thing. And that's strictly just social is what I'm talking about.
Right on.
So, what would you say is the most tedious part of your job as a social media manager for a company?
Yeah. The most tedious part is like, because some people know who does what on MVP, and like Steve, our marketing director, like he gets it way more than I do, just that easy access direct messenger. And he's really good about responding to everybody very vaguely. But like something that's very, very tedious is like the work and, production plan that goes into announcing, way back when it was like the Electron MV, everyone wanted the Electron MV. And, I went up there to Michigan and we did this whole like Steve Jobs style keynote thing.
Turtleneck and everything. Somebody have a turtleneck on?
I did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that you can probably find that somewhere way back in the day. But like, that's kind of always been the thing, like the idea of what we're going to do and carrying it out. Like when the deflector came out, we put, in all the wholesalers boxes, we put like little sound bites in there that when they would open it up, it would moo because they were so beefy. And so like keeping that
so
stuff
awesome
off social, and then knowing when to share it and like keep up with all the and responding. James Conrad being the most recent. I mean, we knew about that for a good bit, and just taking every little piece of his journey to getting signed and, becoming a part of it, filming all of his stuff, and then announcing it was, super, super tedious. But like at the end of the day, because it was tedious, we think it was a pretty good success because he did a great job of like kind of hyping it up, and like he started posting on social more, and then there was a lot of hype around it, and he was like the last person to announce
he was.
where he was going. So
Was that
him present on social media was like unseen in Nineveh times.
right, yeah. Ironically, like his last post was when he won the MVP Open in like 2018.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, that's a good little story too. Stuff that happens on social as you start to grow more and more is like, I kind of borderline, I got the spotlight shine on me because when James won 2018 Open, I followed him on MVP's Instagram. He tagged us, did that, and then fast forward to late January, there's this big, disc golf big Reddit article that says MVP follows James Conrad on Instagram.
Khloe
And, like,
Kardashian?
everyone's commenting like, oh well, yeah. When did they do that? That's crazy. And then like, so I have a Reddit account, obviously, that I had to sign in and be like, yo, they also follow Paul Macbeth and Infinite Disc and other. It's like you gotta settle it down just a little bit.
That's amazing though that happened. Can I ask? You don't have to answer this. You can say Oklahoma is the safe word. How long did you guys know about James before you could announce it?
8 years.
Oh, what? 8 years? Is that the standard answer? Is that
8 years? No, that was my April Fool's. A couple months.
couple months? Okay.
I mean, it's a process. Like he's thinking about it. We're talking to him, and then like once his contract ended with Innova, and he decided, I don't know the actual date that it ended, but I know that like once it did, and he verbally committed, and then he came to Michigan. We don't know until he signs that paper.
Right? Yeah.
And so when he did, which was I think in December or something like that, that's when we were like, okay, we knew about it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I knew it was a delicate question to ask.
yeah. But Steve, Steve had been talking to him for like 2 years. I think like ever since he won the MVP Open.
Well, I knew he had hung out with y'all before. Like he seemed, there were a lot of rumors. Like at the end of a tournament, you always see James hanging out with the MVP folks. Like he just had friends over there. It seemed like it was a foregone conclusion at some point that it would happen if he was never going to be at Innova again, or it was not going to be at Innova again. So that's good. I got a question, and this might be, I might have to pay your consultation fee for this.
No, man, I was kidding about that.
Yeah. No, I know. Let's say like
unless you want to pay me first.
waiting for your hat work. We got a lot of those. No, what I was gonna say was, guys like us, for media guys, for like Ace Run Pro, our good buddies, subscriber count is the absolute key to taking this to the next level. What's better for your subscriber count, paid advertisements or giveaways?
What's better for your audience count? Like what's going to get you the most?
Yeah, we're trying to bribe people into subscribing. Is it giveaways for subscribers, or is it paid advertisements on Facebook?
Giveaways are the best. I mean, that's the best organic way you can do that.
Got it.
So it's kind of like, it's a little bit apples and oranges, I would say. Like giveaways, if you don't want to spend any money, just keep doing giveaways. Like you're gonna reel those people in, and if they didn't win that one, they're gonna have a chance to win another one. If you have the budget to do paid advertising and giveaways, it's apples and oranges taste really good together. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That was my question. Just want to know. Yeah. And does that, because the player's not really looking for subscribers. Like you guys aren't looking at them going, hey man, you got to bump that subscriber count. You're like, keep doing what you're doing, keep playing well. It's going to happen regardless. Like they have the conduit of the tour and playing well to do that. So.
Yeah, it's a natural process, obviously. Like, for our players, for sure. Like James plays great all the time. He didn't post that much for the longest time, but he still has a really, really good following on social media because people want to see that content from him.
Yeah.
Not because he's making people watch it or putting a ton out there. He's making the people want to see more.
Yeah.
So now that
He's
he's putting it out there and people want to see it,
it's like a band that
bonus.
doesn't tour every
growing
year.
up.
It's a band
Right.
that doesn't tour every year and you can't see them. So like, oh, they're coming to town. I got to go see them.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. Fun question time.
Yeah, we're good. We're at like 45 minutes with you, so I want to make sure.
Those were fun. I mean, those were fun. I enjoyed it.
It's going to get real fun now, though.
All right.
Okay.
So you sign a $10 million contract like Pablo did. What's your car? What car are you buying? Are you buying a McLaren or where are we going with it?
Ferrari, DeLorean.
A 10 million?
10 million, yeah.
Honestly, man, I'm a simple Southern boy. I grew up. My granddad had a Ford Bronco that was just like he had a Ford Bronco and a Mercedes Benz, and he would always say, "Hey, Will, which one do you want to ride in?" And I was like, Bronco. And so now that the 2021s have are starting to surface a little bit, honestly, that would be, I would just deck one of those out, and it wouldn't even reach like six figures, I don't think.
You can get a fleet of one for every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The rest would go for like gas, I guess.
Yeah.
7.5 miles a gallon, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I would probably just deck one of those out. But I would probably get two, I guess, a Bronco and a Tesla. Like,
there you go.
get something that's
Something practical.
It equals out the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally am like, man, I want a Cybertruck real bad, but maybe I don't.
Yeah.
It's a great pool truck. I'm telling you. It's a great write-off.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to wave a magic wand, and now you are the president of the PDGA for a week. What's on your agenda?
President of the PDGA. I would say no more leaking discs so that fans go crazy. And that's across the board. Just like come up with a system that still makes it exciting for the
manufacturer more so than the
Yeah. Because right now every manufacturer's at a point where it's like PGA posted something and the fans like, oh, guess what this did? And then it's like, so now the manufacturers have to shift a little bit of that and get in front of it and say, just so you know, here's what we did, and this may or may not be approved. We'll see. And then like name change and stuff like that. It's just
you can't do a good drop that way. You can't build the hype that way. You've got to mitigate all of this technical
you got so many
information.
people watching that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and if you're the standard for that right now, if you're the judge on yay or nay of what gets approved, like there's got to be a little bit of time to announce that for the people. So
For the
that's what I would say.
manufacturer.
That's probably a really boring answer, but it's the first thing I thought of.
No, that's good.
No, that's gold. I like it.
No, I like that too
Yeah.
because
Then
I've never
change
seen some
my
of
rating.
that Prodigy has approved a year ago. I still haven't seen them.
Well, that's funny. We have a viewer question that may kind of hit this too. When is the Nomad going to be released?
There you go. Okay.
Is that what we're talking about? Exactly.
Good. The Nomad will be released to the public this year.
Okay.
There
Good
we
answer.
go.
Yeah, safe, dude. I love it, Will.
We got some time.
Good answer.
You guys got about 8 months for that. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to give you now the keys to the MVP factory for the night. No one knows you're in there. You got an injection molding tech with you. What Frankenstein stuff are you cooking up?
Honestly, so Chad, the engineer behind it all, has built. I kid you not. Did not order. Did not. Pick and play. Like he built this thing himself. It's a triple stamp machine that can just like it goes in. It's awesome. And I would probably just play on that all night. Like get all the dies and just make whatever cool variations of stamps that I can with all the different foils and stuff like that.
That tricolor foil stamp is pretty sick.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. And honestly, I would probably try and sneak one of my really, really good friends and MVP art director in there, Mike Insco. He is.
I'm coming.
Here.
I'm coming. No.
Yeah.
I'm
You want to come too? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm saying here, sneak Cody.
Sure. I thought you were like, you're muted again. But yeah, I would probably try and sneak him in there and then like get his eye on like, ooh, this would look good with this, and just kind of build us a cool little Frankenstein bag, I guess.
I like it.
I'd be down with that.
Oh man, that's a good one.
That's a fun question though.
You're from North Carolina. What's the go-to Waffle House order?
A water and then go to Bojangles.
Oh, what a North Carolina answer, dude! That is
North
such a
Carolina
North
answer.
Carolina
But
answer.
they're not open. They're not open at 2 a.m.
No. So I've played in a lot of bands growing up and did a lot of touring and spent a lot of time in Waffle House, and I can answer that question. The go-to order, especially like being a broke musician too. Like I got a waffle and 2 scrambled eggs, and I took those scrambled eggs, put them on the waffle, and this is before Taco Bell started doing this too. Put them on there, and then made a breakfast burrito with the syrup. I mean, a little bit of hot sauce. So that's it. And you will get out of there for $4.
If you had a couple extra bucks, you add bacon to it and call it a night.
I'm pescatarian, so
gotcha.
I don't eat.
I saw Mr. Chapman's response here. You have no idea how much longer the Bojangles line is than the Chick-fil-A line here. Bojangles is like people pray over it in North Carolina. It's insane.
And the one over by Lowe's where we live. Like
look,
that
he's
one
from North Carolina. Tyler's from North Carolina.
Shane Jangler trying to get that Bojangles sponsor. I love it.
Yeah, he knows. For sure.
Go ahead,
Tyler
Will.
Glass.
Sorry.
No.
That was my first job I ever worked. Was at Bojangles.
Oh wow.
For real?
My brother was
for real. Swear to God.
Nice.
Oh, just
Tyler
that
Glass
cheese.
is
That's my saying.
He knows
I
about
love
the
me
Bojangles
Bojangles
for
to
sure.
this day.
That's so funny. So
He's a
Will,
local guy.
He's the old guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Who,
we call him the chain jangler, so he knows what a Bojangler is.
We'll put that back up for folks who need to read it. There we go.
Yep, there he is.
There it is. What up, Tyler?
Yeah. Chain jangler is almost as famous as Bojangles.
He learned. Marquise learned.
He waited for that chicken biscuit.
Yep. There we go.
So. I will. Famous celebrity dubs partner, non-disc golfer. Who you playing celebrity doubles with?
Celebrity doubles, man. I mean, does our score matter? Because
no,
not
the same.
Absolutely
okay.
not. Most fun.
No. Who do you want to have the most fun with?
Dude, probably John Mayer or Travis Barker. One of those two.
Oh,
that's a new one. That's a new one.
That's a new one. I like it.
You're a music
Travis
guy.
Probably really good too. Like, he's got length.
John Mayer.
Got a lot of.
Just be like, you don't have to throw. Just play the whole time.
Yeah. So Travis Barker is like my childhood, and I mean, still one of my biggest heroes ever. He survived a plane crash. You know, it's like he's probably good, but then I'm thinking of John Mayer. Like he's like 6'6". And can do crazy stuff with the guitar. Yeah, he probably is really, really good.
He's got good grip, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a comedian too. So I'm thinking like, Travis would be cool, but like, could we still be joking around in 6 holes? I don't know.
John Mayer, serious about it. Yeah.
John Mayer, we probably like would go get a beer or two afterwards, and then like continue to joke. I don't know.
Nice.
I like it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would your
Golly,
favorite? What
that's a
would
good
your
one.
celebration meal be for a big win, or a big win in life, not just disc golf?
Yeah.
The varsity.
Oh,
You said the
Bro.
varsity.
Just kidding.
Varsity.
Okay, April Fools, keep them with the theme. I love it.
Yeah, I I know it's an Atlanta thing.
the chili cheese dogs.
Yeah,
are
no,
way
even
better
us
up here.
ATLians
They are
don't
way
go to the
better up here.
varsity.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah, I figured. I figured it's kind of like Foster's in Australia, like the varsity.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
really
Like, we
say.
talk about it, but it's not like you only go there if like you're constipated.
Jimmy's
you
is
as
blow
just as
out.
good, bro. Jimmy's is.
If you have a Modium in your glove box, you can go to the varsity. Otherwise, you gotta go to the varsity.
Exactly. Celebratory meal. Golly, there's this place in Durham that I go to all the time. It's called Heavenly Buffaloes.
Yes.
It's the best. Have you been there, Cody?
Yeah.
So I mean, it is the absolute best wings of all. And like I said, I'm pescatarian, and that's when I turned 20, I was pescatarian, and then ever since, the only thing I miss is like actual buffalo wings, and they have these wings that are vegetarian that taste just like buffalo wings. And
I will
so
say I'm a big fan of the Morningstar buffalo patties. I think they're fantastic. Like they're
okay. So
Yeah.
like if the Morningstar is like a 6
Yeah.
on the close scale, like these are 10
plus.
10 or 11. Yeah.
8.9.
All right.
8.9.
I like it.
8.9. Okay.
8.9. Yeah.
I mean, it's still good.
No, they're
That's
good,
what
and their
restaurants-
sauce is so good.
Yeah, and they have
All
all
of them.
kinds of sauce. I'm actually I feel like I'm drooling a little bit.
I know. I
talking
haven't
about it.
had dinner yet. My wife said she was
Yeah, I
making
ain't doing. Yeah,
now.
I'm definitely drooling right now.
What
Come on
so
down.
we have a viewer question that has turned into a repetitive question because it's
Okay.
so stupid. What is your favorite condiment?
Branch.
Ranch.
You say
Which
branch?
is-
Like
Yeah, it's
buffalo ranch?
Bacon
Buffalo
ranch?
sauce and ranch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
Is that really?
Yeah, Frank's and
That's
ranch?
really a
This guy
question we ask
Chris
every week.
Saxon asks it every week, and now it's just like
Yeah.
you have to ask people. Like somebody parodied us. Excuse me. And one of the jokes was, "Hey, welcome to our disc golf show. What's your favorite condiment?"
No, do you like condiments? Was the question they
Oh,
parried
so
us.
good. Anyway, do you have time for a couple of viewer questions before we let you go?
Yeah, man. For
Awesome.
Sure.
Joe Costa wants to know where them Eclipse 2.0 be ready by the end of glow season?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good answer.
Does glow season ever end? I don't know.
No.
No, that's a good point. I mean, it's always nighttime sometime, unless you live in like
Yeah.
Omaha.
It's always nighttime sometimes.
We just announced the Glow 2.0 envies on Monday, and those should be stores like pretty.
Anybody going to be able to get them, or they're just going to sell out with bots in 30 seconds?
No, he told me I could
Ooh.
get 72, so we're good for the tournament.
Yeah.
Will said Cody gets 72 of these.
I don't know if I said that. Like the retailers are like first priority. We try
Sure.
to.
No, I'm totally
get
kidding.
them.
I know I have no chance of those.
Yeah, they don't send me anything anymore.
No.
Oh yeah, I mean nobody can make enough. I mean it's a good
They don't
problem.
even
to
send the
have.
players anything anymore.
I know. I've been throwing whammos the past 2. I'm just kidding.
I mean I've been buying.
Yeah, it doesn't even
$30
matter
Top
anymore.
Ross from resellers, like losing my mind. Yeah, it's been terrible. Keith Bomblin wants to know. This is our buddy from Bomb Squad Disc Golf up here in Georgia. What's your favorite MVP disc?
Go back to my car. I would bring it out and showcase it, but it's probably it's a tough choice between my tester envy. It like came with a stock stamp, and now it's like almost wiped because it's been thrown so many times.
Those are the best. Those are the best.
Yeah, soft envies, or I have a first run bolt. That's the one I saw in the store. That kind of got me hooked.
Oh,
It
that's
was
the
like,
one?
Yeah, it was like right when I started and like couldn't throw past 150, and I got that volt out to like 300, in the early stage, and I was like, this is it. This is who I'm going to throw forever.
Did you ever have a favorite disc that wasn't MVP?
Yeah, for sure. Going back to the Cobra.
Going back to Cobra for sure.
Yeah, actually, honestly, I still like have those old champ Cobras, the
Jenny
CE ones.
Costa, watch out.
Yeah. I got a couple.
That's awesome. Somebody wants to know,
they fly great.
do you call it pop or soda?
I call it
Coke.
Coke.
Pepsi or Coke. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, good one.
Probably soda.
That's right. Bojangles carries Pepsi products.
Yeah, definitely not pop. Soda.
Including Mountain Dew.
Soda's all right, but it's normally either Coke or Pepsi.
If
Here
I
we go,
ask,
here we
it's
go.
like, do you have soft drinks? That's probably what it is.
Marquise wants to know, MVP ever going to open a factory in any other locations? Will they ever, double down? Do they need to? Any reason to?
No, I think if anything, they're just gonna like take over the whole town of Marlette. They have a huge warehouse, and it's like, I mean, acres and acres of space.
It's pretty crazy that they're both in the same state with Discraft. Like I've always found that, like, is there any sort of competing? I'm not trying to get back into serious questions, but
no.
Is there competing natures of that?
I don't think so.
If you build it, they will come. Just take over.
Other than they're both disc golf manufacturers. So
I mean, like, Discraft's here and MVP's here.
That's pretty accurate.
To MVP.
That's
pretty accurate.
Austin practices Michigan on his hand earlier.
Yeah.
No, I used to work. My family lives in Michigan, and I used to work with a bunch of Michigandans, and I know the hand. Yeah. Discraft MVP.
We have another viewer question. Matt Versola wants to know: are you Andrew Lofstrand's cousin? I don't know what that even means. I don't know what it means, but
you look like. That's so funny.
I don't know. What that
We're laughing at each other. He's upstairs, and I can hear him laughing.
Hold on, I
You
want to
look
look
like
him
one
up
of our
too.
buddies from Atlanta. You guys look alike. Now that I know.
Okay.
He's got longer hair.
I thought he was.
He's very attractive.
like-
Don't worry.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He's a good graphic designer.
What a really funny compliment that I've gotten one time was, "You look like a male Madison Walker." I was like,
No, not at all.
"Thank you."
Not at all. I don't
Appreciate
do that, but cool.
Hey, thank you.
I'm not.
I'll go take some pictures of some flowers.
There you go. Yeah.
So, okay, if they made an MVP movie, who would play you in the movie?
Mark Zuckerberg, or who was the guy that played Mark Zuckerberg in the?
Are you serious? You don't know this?
Awesome. We're not asking you.
It's Justin Timberlake. First of all, never disrespect him.
Okay, you're right.
I
I was thinking the
who would play me in a movie about MVP?
Yeah. It's another one of the ridiculous, horrible questions we ask.
I mean, I guess it's just kind of like who would I want to play me in any movie? I guess that would be like, I don't know. Probably we'll go with John Krasinski.
Oh, nice!
Okay, I can fuck with that.
Marquise wants to know, MVP, you guys oversee Axiom and Streamline Productions? Is it completely separate? How does that all work?
Yeah. It all comes out of the same warehouse. Yep.
Cool.
It's just sister, brother companies, whatever you want to call it.
Very nice.
Just different. They're different discs, so they get different brands.
Nice. Cool.
I agree with the Todd Isaacs, Paul.
And then last time I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Besides
I'm ready.
Conrad, besides Sarah, who is the best female and player you guys have?
Elaine King.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm an
bro, like, there's not even a question.
what about male? What about the male side?
Who's growing the sport the most for MVP?
No.
On the male side?
Who's the second best male player behind Conrad?
Jordan Castro?
Yeah, Castro and Raven both are
Our solid duo.
they're all up there. They're on the pro
Yeah.
tour and they play. I mean, they're playing great. It's just the competition right now is like so tight up there. You feel like, like Conrad is obviously like elite pro,
top 10 in the world.
Yeah. And I feel like Raven and Jordan, and I mean, there's others too. Aiden Guthrie's out there, Dan Brookswells, so many more that I can't really like.
That's why we put you on the spot.
Sias Elmore.
Sias.
They're all out there, but a lot of them aren't doing that full circle tour right now. So like Castro and Raven are out there and getting their feet wet, and they're doing really, really good things.
Holcomb and James Conrad are in the top 10 consistently.
Yeah. I mean, Holcomb and Conrad are definitely like, that elite level right now, but not to say that any of those.
Raven, it's going to be one tournament. One tournament.
Yeah.
They're going to be there.
Yeah, it's right around the corner for sure.
Yeah.
I just turned on the comments. I saw, is it Will Davies or Davis?
Oh man, I'm never going to live it down. Well, I'm never going to.
So I'm going to ask you guys a fan question. Is it Davies or Davis?
It's Will Davis, ladies and gentlemen, from MVP.
Will Davis, that's how. Davis, what is the
Please
third?
let me introduce you to
There's no right
group
answer.
Message. Look, we have a whole group message that says Will Davis the third. It's not my fault. It's better than Scott Stokely.
Stokely.
Hey, other than the advice that we should make sure that we're positive about people's names, is there any questions or advice for us, Will Davis?
Yeah, you got any questions or advice for us? We love it.
Really, all of it I would say is just keep it going. Keep diving into those like untapped avenues, like having me on here. I'm just kidding. This was probably a bad idea. I'm just. Having those kind of like niche parts that you wouldn't think people are interested in, but then turns out a lot of people are.
We had more viewer questions tonight than most nights.
That's awesome.
So
I'm glad. Maybe I can come back and we'll do round two. There are probably a lot of guys that know that I'm a joker and are ready to answer a lot of questions.
We'll definitely be back.
I'll shoot you a message on Instagram asking for sponsorship, and then
for sure, and that will stay unread a little while.
Well, actually, I've got a tournament coming up on May 2nd that I need MVP to sponsor. So
no, I already tried that. I already messaged.
Always down to sponsor if we have
the
product to be able to do so.
So there will be no discs given away at my tournament because MVP, Prodigy,
everybody's out.
EV7, and Innova. I don't reach out to Dynamic because
you're also giving people less than a month.
And Discraft. So 5 of the major companies that I reached out to, they just can't give me 60 discs in a month, which is fine. Great for disc golf. I'm so happy.
I'll bring you disc to give away. How about that?
There we go. We got some
I have a few.
CPPs. Let's go.
I have a few.
Any advice for us as social media gurus?
You already did that. We already did, yeah.
No, all right, dude. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, Will. It's been a pleasure meeting you, buddy.
It's been good meeting you too.
Will, tell everybody watching where to follow you. Instagram handles, everything you guys are doing. Give us the whole gist.
For sure. So all the handles are at MVP Disc Sports across the board. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Streamline has its own Instagram, as does YouTube. And I mean, if you just search the name in any category or just hashtag throw gyro, we should just show right on up. So
awesome. Will Davis, not Davies. Thank you for coming on.
You can follow me at _Will Davies.
Apparently, that's why I couldn't tag you on. Oh my god! Social media episode, and I blew it as hard as you can blow it.
I love it. I thought it was an April Fool's joke, and I was like, God, they are funny.
Man, I should have.
These guys are quality. Hey, Will Davies, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
Thanks
get you
for
back for
having
New
me.
Year's Eve, maybe.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon. All right, I'm embarrassed.
That was Will Davies, and that was sponsored by Smashbox TV. Thanks for watching, guys.
Anyway, God.
What a shit show, guys. What a fucking shit show. You guys are terrible.
How did this get worse? We didn't drink as much as we
Why
did
are
last
we
week.
doing
We
this?
actually focused this week. That's the problem. All right, guys. We got anything else? You got some.
I've got a couple of things I got to tell you. Austin, do you want to get out of here? Are you trying to?
Yeah, you know what? I'm done with this dumpster of a fucking show. My name is Austin Lytle, and thanks for watching Smashbox TV.
Oh my God. Okay, I've got a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, week 3, Frolfcenter Friday, tomorrow night at Perkerson Park. Short pads, so, don't be scared. We're giving away a hat. We're giving away, it's going to be one of the Braves hats. It's going to be one of the Teds. We're giving away a Ted. We're giving away $20. We're giving away a pair of these Gooder sunglasses.
I don't get any of this stuff,
Free
by the way, guys.
CTP. We'll talk. Free CTP on hole 14 for everybody. It's $2 to play, $10 all in if you want to get in some of the cash to get out. Next week is going to be another really fun kind of behind the scenes one. We have Pete from
Yes.
Disc Golf Scene. We're literally going to be talking to the dude who runs Disc Golf Scene about everything. And so just a little background, we hit him up right after the Ledgestone incident, and he said, this week's not going to be good for us, but we will come back sometime in April. And so I hit him up, and he said he's coming. So next week, if you have any questions about how Disc Golf Scene works, if you want to know about how many emails they have to answer a day, which I'm assuming is thousands, we'll be talking about it. Anyway, I'm Adam. See you at Frolfcenter Friday tomorrow. Love you guys.
Oh, man, what a fun episode. Let me get serious here for a second again, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Happy April Fool's Day. YouTube, Tyler Glass. I don't know if you're subscribed to the YouTube yet. Mr. Chapman, I don't know if you are. Jason, just follow us, man. What are you doing with your life? Love you guys. Bye.
Shoppers, can I get a fucking oh yeah? Thank you.